What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Now, I think this is something huge, and if you have been keeping your eye on Chainlink like we have been here at Cheeky Crypto, well, this is quite exciting. On the weekly time frame especially, we can see Chainlink is about to have a golden cross. This occurs when the 50 EMA in red crosses that 200 EMA in white. It looks like something very bullish going forward. So of course we have been looking at this 5-wave structure. We can now potentially look at this continuing to the upside. Of course, on the daily time frame, we have been structuring this one out with that potential target of $18 to $21. And of course we can see we are looking for that 1.618 impulsive trigger level to be hit here at $17.08. So let's really crack that one down. What's going on with Chainlink? Are we still hyper bullish on Chainlink? Of course we are. That's a silly statement to make. Let's really crack this one down, guys. Let's have a look at Chainlink's price action. Yes guys, welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Happy Sunday to you all. I hope you have all had a fantastic weekend. So let's really crack this one down. Chainlink, we've been watching Chainlink for such a long time. Let's look at this really bullish chart that we do see in front of us. Well, now you see it in front of you. Chainlink's weekly chart especially here, we've been tracking this bullish move we have seen to the upside here. Now crucially, we did see the price come up here to that $17.67 level on Christmas Day. And yeah, it looked like potentially that was completed, the move to the upside, and we were looking for this deeper retracement, that retracement being $11 towards $9. We see we meet its minimum expectation at $13.47, this 0.236 Fibonacci level, and then from there it does look like we're looking to bounce up from. So what's actually going on? What's the structure telling us, and where's the price action going for Link? So we'll drop it down to the daily chart to start to make sense of these structures. Now for our members, of course, we've covered this obviously in the TA and in the AMAs, which obviously occur twice a week. Discord is linked in the description down below, guys. Head on over to the Discord and catch up on all of the updates as they occur live. But we can see there was a bit of a fake out here for Chainlink, which would have caught many people off guard. We can actually see the wave 3 did finish here on the 8th of December with a high of $17.32. Then we had this breakdown. Now we can see the B wave here pushing higher up towards $17.67.2, then break on down. This giving us this irregular flat correction inside of the wave 4, and it does look complete. We see it came down and hit the 0.236 Fibonacci level, $13.47.4, and we have bounced up from there. The low coming in at $12.20, and it does look like we are on that next impulsive move to the upside. Now once again, that impulsive trigger does come at $17.03.4. So we're not far away from hitting that level. The high currently sitting at $16.61, so we're not far from there at all. The internal structures look good to continue to the upside. We may see the price come down to test out the 50 EMA in green, the 50 SMA in red. They are sitting, you can see respectively here, at $15 and $14.69. Very nice. So a continuation to the upside is highly expected. Smart Money Concept once again showing a week high on the charts. So Smart Money Concept is also bullish on the daily chart here for Chainlink. Continuation, in my opinion, is to the upside. But let's really crack that one down. Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame and make head nor tail of the structures that have played out. So previously we were obviously the previous video we were also looking at that 5-wave structure potentially giving us a really truncated move here and failing to hit that previous 5th wave target area. But what we do now know is that being an irregular flat correction could bring us down like so. The move inside that B wave with that 5-wave movement, well, we can now pair that up as this A, B and C, a 3-3-5 corrective move to the upside inside of that B wave, where once again in the C wave we have that dramatic fall in price. So from there, what are we looking like? Well, overall, it is a very corrective and overlapping structure to the upside. It looks like we're going to be forming a diagonal pattern here, but what we can see when we move up to the daily time frame is we are ever so close to that 1.618 impulsive trigger level, and all signs are pointing to continuation to the upside for Chainlink. Now the stochastics do look like they want to reset. When we bring up the daily stochastic here, well, we can see it is in the overbought territory, sitting just now currently at 90.57. We could see a cooling off in this this next week, or we could see continuation. This has yet to be decided. But overall, we are looking for a continuation to the upside. I do think we will see a bit of a reset, which is perfectly fine. We can structure that one out as and when it does happen. But the target level on the daily time frame, in my opinion, is still between $18.81.9 and $21.51.6. So when we then take that over onto the weekly chart, what does that tell us about Chainlink's price action? Are we starting to run out of momentum? Should we be looking to take profits and so forth? Well, what we can draw up here first of all is that target for the fifth wave movement that we do have on the lower time frames. We can see that on the charts here, and it still looks like we have plenty of momentum to go. From its current price, where you're looking between a 20 and a 30, perhaps 40% move to the upside, which is absolutely fantastic. There's an insane level of gains to be made there. When we look at the weekly chart, well, first of all, we'll turn off the Bollinger Band with percentile. We can see that the weekly stochastic is really resetting very, very quickly with little to no price action. This is really positive going forward, in my opinion. Should we see the stochastic here in yellow really start to reverse and the average sitting lower, well, this here would again be a very bullish sign going forward. Once again, this would align with the idea here, which we can clearly see a golden cross on the weekly time frame for Chainlink. In my opinion, we are gearing up for something pretty explosive for Chainlink's price action. When we look at the cheeky cipher, well, once again, we now see very positive money flow for Chainlink. We can see the VWAP is about to turn positive, crossing that zero line. We will expect here a green dot to print. Now, this is probably not one to jump in on, but make your own decisions on that. Should we see that green print telling us to go long, telling us to buy Chainlink, I kind of align with the idea there. We would see positive money flow. We would see a green dot printed. We would see that golden cross. We could be gearing up for something pretty special going forward for Chainlink. We could take a quick look here at the volume for Chainlink. Volume is slightly picking up, but it's nothing overly special just yet. We will keep an eye on the volumes. When we look at the RSI, well, what we can see is the RSI on the weekly, especially here for Chainlink, still has plenty of momentum to the upside. The RSI here in pink, I do think, we could see that RSI continue pushing on up once again. We did see it peak up here at 82.5%. Currently sitting at 64.6. There's plenty of space for that weekly RSI to continue for Chainlink, once again reaffirming that bullish narrative going forward. What else can we look at here? Well, we can have a look at some of the liquidity sitting here for Chainlink. We can see previous blocks of liquidity sitting in and around this target area we have for this fifth wave. So the idea of that $19.50 level is really appealing for me for Chainlink. We can see some liquidity sitting higher on the charts. We do have that 382 Fibonacci retracement level sitting much higher up here at $32. I'm not expecting the prices to go there, but once again, this is crypto. Anything can happen. We can see there's some interesting blocks of liquidity really capping out here around about $19.73 at a higher level. So I do think, we are pretty much expecting the price to come down there. Of course, we can appreciate that there is liquidity sitting on that 50 EMA and the 200 EMA here around about $10.41, but I expect that to be on the next retracement to the downside, like we have marked out here in this purple box. So yeah, overall, everything is looking super bullish, especially on this weekly time frame for Chainlink. We are trading so high above the Gaussian channel, so yeah, everything is looking bullish. Order blocks, there are no order blocks sitting here of note just now. Smart money concepts on the weekly time frame, well, we can see we didn't really test the equilibrium. We have bounced from there, and we still have that week high as well. So smart money concept on the weekly time frame for Chainlink is also bullish. And we'll drop it down again to the daily time frame. But we'll have a look at liquidity in a bit more detail here. When we really zoom into this one, inside that fifth wave target area, but we do see a nice block of liquidity sitting right here, that $19.50. Now this one here has a lot of confluence. It breaches that week high, the idea of continuation to the upside. It breaks through the liquidity that is sitting around about $18 to $18.32 and touches up towards that $19.56 level. We can see a very small bit of liquidity sitting at $20.50. But crucially, what we can see here is this internal selling order block. I do think this would be a very nice target for Chainlink to push up and grab before we do look for a bigger reversal. So going forward on that weekly time frame, well, we are looking for that move to really complete out. Then I would expect a retracement. Now bear in mind, this is the weekly time frame. This will not happen like that. It will not happen overnight. This will take quite a long time to play out, in my opinion. I think this retracement for Chainlink would obviously align with a lot of the market that we are looking to, really retrace overall. So the idea of Chainlink retracing back down towards 10, or perhaps the super bearish area of $5.70 is still highly likely. But what does that mean overall for Chainlink? Well, we could look at this bit here, this initial push to the upside in the 5-wave movement as an A-wave. We see that retracement, then we look for that next bullish move, where, yes, I would be targeting that 0.5 Fibonacci level around about $58.54. But once again, we could be even more bullish on Chainlink, which I sincerely think we should be. We could be looking at this initial 5-wave move as a wave 1. We come down into a retracement in a wave 2. We then look for that next explosive move for Chainlink in its wave 3, perhaps targeting that 0.618 Fibonacci level. We would then have obviously the wave 4 and its wave 5 to come. So that wave 3 target would be around about $105.83. We would then see a retracement, then that 5th wave move will be the important one, where I do think we could perhaps see a bounce at the $245.93 level. But of course, that is much further down the line in the future. It's not something we should be jumping on straight away. But overall, that chart for Chainlink is looking unbelievably bullish, especially on the weekly time frame. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that one down below. Are you trading Chainlink? What are you expecting to see for Chainlink going forward? Are you as bullish as this chart is presenting for Chainlink? And yeah, where are you positioned in the market just now? Guys, catch up on all the content from Cheeky Crypto by watching this video right here.